Planner friends, it's Nia. Welcome to Life with Nia. It is time to start the annual budget series. This is the third year that I will be doing an annual budget series. This series consists of somewhere between 8 and 10 videos, and it goes over, this first video will be an overview, tools and resources that I use and whatnot. And then there will be videos on goals, the annual budget, business budget, sinking funds, debt, savings and savings challenges, emergency fund, and so on. So it'll probably run through at least the end of the year and maybe like the first week into January. What I will also be doing soon, I can't until the year is over, so sometime at the beginning of January, is closing out 2022 and the 2022 budget series, which was done last December with like an end of the year. Where did we end up at? So for this video today, we're just doing an overview and going through some of the tools and resources that I currently use and what I plan to use in 2023. So let's start with our planners. I currently use an Erin Condren monthly planner to do my monthly budget, and I also use the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck workbook, so I'll show you that in just a second. The Erin Condren monthly is sort of like I call it like my Bible, my budget Bible. It encompasses everything. And so each month we have a monthly, our calendar, and then we use stickers and set up our month. We've got some savings challenges. We set up our income, expenses, cash envelope, sinking funds, debt, weekly check-in, and then I fluctuate on what I use these other pages for. Same thing, repeats every month. Then in the back of this, I had a place for goals, 22 things I wanted to do in 2022, annual budget, savings, expenses, emergency funds, sinking funds, check-ins. Some of this I did not use, and so that was my guide as to whether or not I wanted to do that again next year. Or if I could remove it. I had a lot of trackers back here that I ultimately ended up not using. So it helped me to be more thoughtful about how I wanted to go about doing it, for 2023. The other thing was with my 2023 planner, I ended up with less pages in the back. I got the maximum, but it's still half the amount that I had for 2022, and I didn't feel like I had enough in 2022, and so I definitely didn't feel like half the amount was going to be enough. So I pared it down because of that. So that's my Erin Condren monthly for 2022. I'll show you what I'm using for 2023 in just a moment. Then we have, this is going to be my third year using the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck. So this is, I've used the exact same one because she has them for 50% off, and I believe you can still get them. It's like the 2 or 3 year ago version, which is fine with me because I modify it anyway. Looking for contact info, but I don't see it. So let's see, here we go. So the Budget by Paycheck by the Budget Mom. If you go to thebudgetmom.com, that's where you can find it. And these are little booklets for every month. And the one modification that I make is the way that this is structured. You have a paycheck bill tracker, a place for your cash envelopes, sinking funds, and extra debts, extra savings, and then your cash envelope denomination breakdown. I don't need all of that every week. I think there's 5 of those that repeat in here. I don't need 5 of those because I'm paid once per month. And so that primary income for me, I use to do my cash envelope, sinking funds, all that good stuff. Then hopefully my Etsy business is making a little bit of money and I have a paycheck from Etsy. Now that is weekly, but I only need like the paycheck bill tracker. So I only need like what income I have coming in and what bills I'm going to pay with that income. Or maybe I'm saving with that income or doing something else. I don't know. I just need the space for that. So I make a photocopy of this paycheck bill tracker on sticker paper. And then I cover up the stuff I don't need. So like this is a photocopy of it. And I just put it on top of the extra debt, extra savings page so that I can just use the thing that I need. And I messed up on this one. I put the envelope breakdown out too far, but that is what I do. The first week, I typically will actually glue these two pages together. And this is not a good representation because I messed it up, but I typically glue these two pages together because I need the extra page for the paycheck bill tracker to, all my bills don't fit on here on one thing, so I need the second page for that. But that is how I use it. Then you've got a place to track all your expenses, so I use all of these pages that are back here. I do a place for afterpay payments. I do a place for cash envelope, things that I pay for in cash, and then things that are coming out of an account go here. At the end, this is sort of the thing that I've fallen off of doing is, and I want to get back onto it in the beginning of the year, but looking at like where did my money go? So like what percentage of my income went to groceries? What percentage went to debt? What percentage of it went to savings? What percentage of it went to gas? What percentage of it went to utilities, etc. And then comparing that to the previous month as well. So I got to get back into the habit of doing that. So that is the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck workbook. You can also get, she's got I use this is called the box set. She's got an actual workbook where everything is encompassed in one book. But I like these little workbooks, so that is what I use. And I will be using that again in 2023. And not going to show you the 2023 version just because I have the box here. It's not even opened and they look exactly the same. Nothing's changed. But my budget book from Erin Condren for 2023. So this is my 2023 book. I've started to set it up and I want to show you how I've started to set it up. Now this version did not, like I said, have enough pages in the back. So I've got a Erin Condren notebook, just a plain classic lined notebook. I don't know why I purchased this. It was probably part of a warehouse sale. It's got a leather cover on it. So this is sort of like my companion, my supplement to this book this year. And I did some redundant things in the two of these. This is more of an expansion, just because I didn't have as many pages in here. But I did some redundant things primarily for the purpose of filming and also because I wanted to have certain things all in one place. And I knew I could not do that here. So in this book, my monthly setup, I did decide to make a change, and the stickers are all available at Studio Bliss Co. When you select a budget kit, you get to select the month that you want the scripts for, and so you get a sheet of scripts that coordinate. Mine is actually different. I put the words on here, but you get the scripts that look like this. So it won't exactly look like this as far as, because I put the words on the header. So the one thing I changed is in 2022, I had income and expenses. I've got income. I took expenses off, and I don't know what I want to put on this page just yet. I've moved expenses here. These are going to be personal expenses, and then I'm going to put business expenses over here. I I've got cash envelopes. I've got sinking funds. That doesn't change. And then debt tracker, weekly check-in. That doesn't change. And then I have a blank page. That'll repeat every month. Then in the back of this book, I have set up I do a page with inspiration. I've got my goals. We have a 2023 budget, which is just going to be like income, business budget, which is business income, taxes. Then annual expenses and annual business expenses. I'm probably going to put some sort of tracker here. I'm working on my goals still, but a tracker for my emergency fund, what I want to save. And so we're going to flesh out what does 3, 6, and 12 months of expenses look like. I've got a place to track sinking funds, what the monthly amount and then the annual amount is. A place for debt tracking, a place for net worth, starting and ending, a place for retirement tracking, and I initially only had one page and I changed it to 2 because I want to do one through my primary source of income, my job, the retirement tracking for that, and then I started contributing to a Roth for Studio Bliss Co. So I want to track that separately. Hoping to do some investments in 2023, so I put a place for that and some projects. Savings plan. I probably am going to change this, but this is to track how much I'm saving every month for the year. I'm going to do the 100 envelope challenge again, so this is a place to track that. Vacation savings. These are all trackers that I did use last year, so I'm going to use those again next year. $5 challenge, 52-week Saveopoly, and then the 0 out challenge. And then I've got some blank space, and then I'm going to put like yearly. I want to look at it like a yearly overview. So I'm going to do one for personal, one for business. So that's what's in the main book. The supplement has a lot of the same things. I added a calendar because this is just a notebook. And there's, again, a place for inspiration, goals, annual budget, business budget and taxes, business expenses and annual expenses, emergency fund. Probably going to put a tracker there. So, like I said, this is redundant. Here's where it's not redundant. This is where I'm going to put my check-ins. So 3-month, 6-month, 9-month, and 12-month check-in on my budget. A 3, 6, 9, and 12-month check-in on the business budget. And then sinking funds. So those check-ins, I didn't have enough space in the other planner to do that. So I added them to the supplement. Sinking funds will also have a check-in at 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. Again, because I didn't have the space in the other book, I'm using this for this purpose. Debt tracker, I got some blank space. Investment tracker, and then retirement, again, 2 pages. Net worth, 2 pages, beginning and ending. Savings, 50-50 savings challenge, 100 envelope savings challenge. Vacation, $5 savings challenge. 52 weeks Saveopoly, 0 out. And then I skipped some pages. I think I put project. I'll probably put like car maintenance in here and medical is in here as well. This was something that I did beforehand to try to get an idea of like what all my bills were for personal and for business, and then when they're due and what the amount is. So I had laid that all out in advance to help myself get organized. This is a freebie off of the Budget Moms website, the bill tracker. And then I've got the yearly spending overview here in the back again. And then I still have all this space if I need it for some other things. So that is like my primary go-to, coupled with the Budget by Paycheck boxed set workbooks. Okay. I am also someone who uses cash envelopes, so I'll show you what I use for those in just a moment. One of the things that I'm adding to the lineup this year that is new, I am subscribed to Nora's Cove budget box. So the first box was November. The December box has not come out yet. But I took the things from that subscription and I created a book for myself. I'm going to use this for business, for that purpose. So I really liked a set of inserts that were from Ellemon Paper Co. that she doesn't offer anymore. So I'm trying to put together something similar and make it work for me because I've used the Ellemon Paper Co. It was an Ellemon Paper Co. and Maddie Plans collab that had the set. And so she discontinued it. I really liked it. I actually used it. So now I'm trying to piece together and make it happen. So this is what I've come up with. I'm not done setting this up. I just got an order in from Ellemon Paper Co. I'll add those things after I film for Friday Night Lights. I'm waiting for Infinite Lotus, which I'll add as well. And then I have the items from Nora's Cove. So I've started to set it up with the items from Nora's Cove. There's a place for me to do goals. So I'm going to do some business goals here. And I moved some things around. I've got 12 months of like blank calendars, so I can sort of make it how I want it to be. And I've got them all grouped together, so those are all calendars. Then I have a place for like a monthly budget. With Studio Bliss Co., it's like really hard to say what income is going to be, but I can still lay out all the expenses for the month and just go from there. There's going to be 12 of those as well. And then I took some inserts from Cloth and Paper, and these are not in the right order, but there's a place to like reflect. These are monthly reflections. I think there's 12 of these. And so I need to figure out where placement wise I want to put these. But like what your priorities are, what you paid off, week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What the monthly budget was, no spending days. So I don't know. I may not even use them, but I've put them in here so that I can figure out exactly what I want to do. So of course we got 12 of those for 12 months. And then I also did the, and then like Nora's Cove had these note pages. So I spread those out throughout this book as well. Then, so one of the things that came with the Ellemon Paper Co. set that they don't offer anymore was an expense log. So I'm going to use these. I undid the Cloth and Paper Finance bundle to make it work in this book for me. So I just, for business, I only need 1 page a month. So I put in enough expense logs for the entire year. Got that little section, and I'll move it around when I'm ready to kind of like when I have all my pieces together. And then here I had a savings tracker, and I was thinking of using this to track instead of really savings my what I'm contributing to my Roth from business and profit, because I set aside a percentage for each of those. But it is, I think I might have 2 of these. I have to pick because it's really not, I mean, I could probably put like a slash mark and do half on one part of the square and half on the other, but I would prefer for them to each be tracked on their own page. And then I'd like to come up with a goal, like what do I want to, how much do I want to contribute to my Roth? How much do I want to contribute to my profit? So I got that. Then there's like a yearly reflection on the back side of that. And then I just put this in here because I like the questions on here and I want to be able to reference them. This is a monthly reflection again. They've got a savings challenge, a gratitude line a day. Not sure I'm going to use any of these things, but I just added them for now. And then I just added here to the back like social media, because that's something else I want to work on, is my social media for my business. So that is like my little business budget book that I'm using for Studio Bliss Co. Then I've got, like I said, I use cash envelopes. So this is the current wallet that I'm using. It's a Moterm Pocket. And I've got my cards in here. I've got the variable expenses that I, without a doubt, use every month. Groceries, household, dining out, and gas. And I've got a little miscellaneous one there. So like what I have in here right now is like my Sam's Club membership because I got to pay that soon. Or sometimes I'll have PD if I have to go buy his medicine or whatnot. I'll stick it in there, and I usually use the Post-it note. I have some paper and things in here, but I rarely use those things. It's more so just like a wallet for me. So that is what I'm currently using. I switch. So I've also used this Notique system, and it's the same thing. It's just bigger envelopes. So instead of having to fold the money in half, it fits in these envelopes. And I've got a couple of each of these, the Notiques and the Moterms, so there's options available. So I use those. I also have some sinking funds that I keep as a cash envelope. And so this is a Filofax. This one was a collab with the Budget Mom. So things that I save for in cash. Sometimes I save for things in cash and then I'll make a deposit. Sometimes I just keep it in cash. And these are paper, cardstock envelopes, which they hold up pretty well. I think I'm trying to decide what I want to do for next year. I don't know if I want to use cardstock again. I do have some plastic ones. The thing about these though, like when you have a lot of them, the little tabby thing here the zipper that you slide across, you can't have all the zippers in the same spot. So if they're all in the same spot, then your thing is it's gonna bulk up right there, and then you can't close the folder. So that's the downfall to these. I also have some, and I may get some more, from Conversation. This one is for traveling, so I won't be adding it. And this one's for a savings challenge, but she has them for just because. So I may use those, and I don't know. We'll see. I might make my own. I have options. I also have a couple of cloth and paper clear agendas coming, so that's an option as well. We'll see. We're gonna see what it looks like, but I have choices, and I could just do the paper envelopes again. We'll see. So that's what I use for my cash envelopes. And then let me think, what other resources do I use? I have things that I use for savings challenges. All the stickers that I use are primarily coming from my own shop, which is Studio Bliss Co. I also do use some electronic budget tools. So I'm not very consistent when it comes to using the electronic. A paper and pen is better for me. But I do have like the Every Dollar app. I have the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck Excel sheet. I do use QuickBooks, but what I'm doing now is I'm writing down all the business expenses in my book, and then I transfer it over to QuickBooks. And what I'm bad about is how frequently I go log all that stuff into QuickBooks. I basically do it in time to pay my quarterly taxes, and that's about as good as it's going to get for me. I don't do it consistently like I probably should. And then I have another budget spreadsheet. I don't remember where I got it from that I also use. So those are the electronic tools. So stickers, the electronic tools, Erin Condren work monthly planner, Budget by Paycheck, Budget Mom box set, cash envelopes, and then The charts that you saw in my book, most of those are from like Debt Free Charts or Conversation and The Budget Mom. And then I think that's pretty much everything for my tools and resources. You know, I might use some highlighters and some stickies and those types of things as well. But that is pretty much everything that I use to do my budget. For me, it's about making it fun so that I want to check in with it and making it motivating. So these are the things that work for me. I will try to list everything down below. But that is what I have for you for this first video of our 2023 annual budget series. If there is something specific that you would like to know about, please comment down below. If you are setting up your budget for 2023, I would love to hear about what you are doing. I think that the next video is going to be on goals maybe this weekend. We'll see. I'm not sure what exact order that I'm going to go in because I still need to figure out some of these things. But like I said, there will be somewhere between 8 to 10 videos, and it's probably going to run for like the next 3 weeks or so. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and you got some ideas for your own budget and planning. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are new here, I would love to have you subscribe and be a part of this community. I will see you next time. Bye.